Welcome to World Buzz Bulletin. The veteran international correspondent Lyse Doucet has delivered a sobering assessment of the global landscape, stating that President Trump is shaking the world order more profoundly than any American leader since the end of the Second World War. In a widely discussed analysis, Doucet argues that the current administration's transactional approach to diplomacy is systematically dismantling the multilateral institutions and alliances that have defined global stability for over 80 years. From the Arctic to the Indo-Pacific, the traditional rules-based order is being replaced by a series of high-stakes bilateral confrontations that have left both allies and adversaries in a state of constant uncertainty. Doucet's analysis highlights a fundamental shift in how Washington projects power. Unlike the Cold War era, where the U.S. served as the primary architect of collective security, the current White House is increasingly viewed as a disruptor-in-chief. This is evidenced by the recent tensions with the European Union over Greenland, the aggressive trade posturing with India, and the open questioning of long-standing territorial agreements like the Chagos Islands deal. According to Doucet, the America First doctrine is no longer just a campaign slogan but a total restructuring of global geopolitics that prioritizes immediate national interest over long-term alliance cohesion. Key pillars of this global shakeup identified in the analysis include the erosion of alliances. Doucet points to the deepening rift within NATO and the EU as the president challenges the sovereign boundaries of member states, treating strategic territories as negotiable assets. Economic protectionism. The rise of tit-for-tat tariffs, such as those recently exchanged between the US and India, signals the end of the era of unfettered globalization and the return of economic nationalism. The new sovereignty. The administration's willingness to bypass international courts and UN consensus in the Greenland proposal and the critique of the Chagos handover suggests a world where might and geography increasingly dictate right. The conclusion of Doucet's report warns that this unprecedented volatility could lead to a fragmented world where regional powers are forced to form new, often contradictory, security blocs. As traditional diplomatic norms are discarded, the risk of miscalculation between great powers has reached levels not seen in decades. For the international community, the challenge is no longer about managing change, but surviving a period of creative destruction that is rewriting the manual on global leadership. Thank you for watching World Buzz Bulletin.